warm welcome to The Appointment. I'm Shereen Bhan and we're in conversation with Nitin Gadkari. Mr. Gadkari, appreciate you joining us here on CNBC TV 18 again. So before I talk to you about the ministry that you're currently in charge with, let me talk to you about the ministry that you gave up, and that was the Rural Development Ministry. As part of the process of putting amendments to the Land Acquisition Act together, I know you were spearheading that. You had meetings with state officials, state governments. I know you've had consultations with the Finance Minister and the Prime Minister. Can we be hopeful that amendments to the Land Acquisition Act will be tabled in this session of Parliament?
Presently, I am not responsible for the ministry.
That's why I said in your previous avatar, sir.
But at that time, whatever the discussion and other things are on record, we already decided that not to compromise with the welfare of the farmers about the compensation and about their rehabilitation. But now the issue is with the ministry, and the ministry and the Prime Minister and the Prime Minister and other ministry, they can take the decision. But it is not going to change the act. Only we have to make the process fast. We have to improve the system. We have to solve the problems because we have to remove red tapeism. And that is only the spirit behind it. We are not against the spirit of the act.
I know you're not against the spirit of the act, sir, and I know that before you actually left that ministry, you had left a large part of the framework of the changes that you actually want to make to do with procedure, to make it easier for people to acquire land. Do you envisage changes as far as consent clauses are concerned, and do you also believe that the government is going to move ahead as far as providing exemptions for public-private partnership projects, for instance?
Your question is, I appreciate, but it is a question to a wrong person now, because presently I am not the minister. The ministry and the Prime Minister and the group, the Finance Minister and other ministers, they will take the appropriate decision at the appropriate time.
But do you believe, sir, and let me ask you my final question on land, that in your political experience, it is likely, given the kind of opposition that we are seeing from opposition parties like the Congress, that maybe it is going to be tabled in this session of Parliament? Because they're saying that we haven't been consulted on the land bill.
This is not the correct thing. Already, as a Rural Development Ministry, I received a letter from the Chief Minister of the Congress Party. I have the letters from the Left Party Chief Minister. I have letters from the different state, different party ministers and chief ministers. And everyone is of the opinion that we need ecology, environment, at the same time sustainable growth. We need industry. We need infrastructure. At the same time, we have to think about the poor people, those where we are going to acquire their lands. So there will be equilibrium. So exactly the idea about is that we have to take the decision by considering the poor people, the farmers, the rural people also, because we cannot make injustice with them.
Sure.
And on that basis, what my feeling is, we can find out the solution where it can be beneficial to the poor people, the farmers. At the same time, it will accelerate the growth, industrial growth, agricultural growth, giving more employment to the poor people. At the same time, we have to make the process of decision-making process of deciding the infrastructure, drinking water problems.
Did you in your previous avatar propose a higher compensation to collapse the time taken to actually acquire land? Would that be a smart way to go about it?
Because I am not presently the minister, otherwise I will explain I'm ready to explain the thing. But my feeling is, now it is the appropriate time, our Prime Minister and our Minister, with consulting all political parties, they will take the appropriate decision. Okay.
Mr. Gadkari, you know, the last conversation you and I had, you said that you have put forward a target of 25 kilometers per day as far as the road sector is concerned, and you said the next conversation that we have, you will prove to me that you're on your way to being able to achieve that target. Where do we currently stand, sir? 6 months of this government have been completed.
Actually, now what target has been decided is for within 2 years, 30 kilometers per day. And in my ministry, particularly the project was stuck up, the cost of 1,80,000 crores. But now 2,60,000 crores, out of which the projects of 1,80,000 crores have been cleared. Environment clearances, railway overbridge problems, land acquisition, all problems have been solved. Now the projects are moved. I feel that within due course of time, that project will be completed. The second phase is, there are projects cost 50,000 crores. The contractors, concessionaires, those who are not ready for executing the project, they say we cannot continue this project. In that case, we make a golden shake hand, and by which the project cost of 50,000 crores, already there is a golden shake hand. They back out from the projects, and the project that cost of something approximately 50 to 60,000. The projects are still in some problems are there, and every time I am trying to solve the problems, I feel that in due course of time we will solve the problem. I can tell you one thing. Already, as far as our PPP model is concerned, presently there is that much response is not available in the market because of the economic situation. But I am confident that in due course of time we will get good response.
But are you looking at tweaking the PPP model, sir? Because as you've pointed out yourself, we've seen stressed road assets, private sector participation has waned over the last few years. Do you believe that there is need to review the PPP model for the road sector?
Not at all. The PPP model isn't wrong. The problem is with the system. Because when we give the work order to the contractor, 3 years there is no land acquisition. For the railway overbridge clearance, say 2.5 years, the contractor is waiting for that. The financial closure was there before 3 years, but he cannot start the work. These are the basic problems. Now we have decided that any work where we are going to start it, before that, we have to make the 80% of land acquisition there. Already we form one separate agency for that. There we are going to start already the tender of 4,000 kilometers already has been tendered, by which the project management consultancy part 1, they can make the process of land acquisition, environment clearance, environment forest clearance. They will apply for the railway overbridges, and everything will be ready. And after that we will go for the tender and we will do the work order. Then there will be no problem for that.
Okay, so you said 30 kilometers in the next 2 years. How much are you currently doing? So how much have you been able to achieve so far?
Presently I don't have that statistics exactly. But you tell me, I will give you the confidence about it. Whatever the thing which I declare, my story is the success story. So please wait for the 2 years. Definitely, I will be, as a minister, as my ministry, with the cooperation of my people, I will be succeed to give you 30 kilometers per day.
Okay, let me very quickly ask you about a news story that has hit the headlines, which is the NGT order to ban vehicles over 15 years in Delhi, which is one of the most major auto markets. As the nodal ministry and the nodal minister, sir, what are your thoughts on that? And is the government likely to go in for any kind of appeal? Because citizens are complaining.
We have this 1988 Motor Vehicle Act. Already we have decided to change this act, and probably there was a think tank from USA, UK, Brazil, Canada, Yugoslavia, then Japan, Germany, Singapore, particularly UK. 10 days before I was in UK, in Swell. I already have made the complete study of their implementation of their Motor Vehicle Act. So it will be act with e-governance, with digital management system, and there will be the law on the basis of like UK and USA. So in this parliament session, I am trying my level best, because presently it is to the cabinet now, and if the cabinet clear it, in the same session we will go for the cabinet, and this act will give the answer of all the questions which is in your mind.
Okay, but when do you hope to move cabinet on the amendments to
already I have moved the file to the cabinet and for the approval of the Prime Minister. I also requesting the Prime Minister that give me time for presentation of this act. And already the act was on the website. And at the same time, I have called all the transport minister of the country. We have already, there was a conference for a day. We have already taken the suggestion from the state government, because they are so important stakeholders. We are taking suggestions from the people by and large.
But you're disappointed with industry's response?
Not at all.
Yeah, you said that this business of moving towards greater safety norms, etc., industry has been slower on the uptake and are not...
No, I'm talking in the reference of the fuels.
Yeah.
Because there is a law for fuel, for engine and for environment. First of all, what my feeling is, now for environment point of view, and because of the economic issues also important, we are importing the petrol, crude and gas of 6 lakh crores.
Yeah.
So I was in Stockholm just 10 days before. There was 600 buses, out of which majority buses running on ethanol. 95% emission of carbon dioxide. And ethanol price is less compared with the diesel. Then biogas from the solid waste, the organic waste, and the sewage water, they are making biogas, and by which they are using that gas for the transport.
When will ethanol blended petrol be a reality? So I know you've been trying to push this. Have you been able to get the support of the cabinet? When do we actually see this becoming a reality?
Already the reality is there in Nagpur. The Scania company already started one bus on trial basis, which we are using 100% ethanol. And it is with my department. Due course of time, we are going to clear all the things by which you will get electric bus, you will get biodiesel bus, you will get this ethanol bus, and with biogas bus. And we will use all this waste in the city area for making the biogas, and we will run bus services on the basis of biogas. In London, 10 days before, I was in a bus, which was electric bus, that was manufactured by Hindujaji. So I am confident that within 3-4 months, we will clear all the things, and there will be a new atmosphere in the automobile sector as far as the development is concerned, innovations are concerned, and at the same time we will encourage the biofuels. We want to reduce the carbon dioxide, and definitely we need, this country need a good environment. At the same time we need good technology, and I am very much confident about it that our industry will cooperate me, and there will be no problem for it. Now already e-rickshaw, we already make all laws concerning e-rickshaw.
That's also part of the amendments to the CMDR Act.
And I also sent one letter to the cabinet and to clearance one bill to the parliament, because we want to start to encourage the transport system which is eco-friendly.
But what about the safety norms, crash test norms and so on and so forth, because that has met with opposition from industry?
Already everything are there. When you get you can just tell.
I've seen
already on website everything is there. It will be law of international standard, like UK, like USA. And already the World Bank think tank, the people expert who are in this subject, they already guide us. On the basis of that, we have prepared that act. And I am confident that that act will give the answer of all the questions.
Winter session of Parliament, you'll be able to move it?
This session.
That's what I'm saying. This session of Parliament.
100%.
You will be able to move the changes.
I am trying for that. Now the note is moved for the Cabinet's approval. After the approval of the Cabinet, I will immediately present that bill to the Parliament.